Think full face waxing at home sounds impossible without making a complete mess? Here's what nobody tells you about hard wax. It's actually easier than using strips and way gentler on your face. You're about to discover why professional estheticians are switching to this method and how you can master it too. Why hard wax wins over strip wax. Ever wonder why your upper lip feels like it's on fire after strip waxing? The secret lies in what the wax actually grabs onto. Strip wax is basically a sticky mess that latches onto everything. Your hair, your skin, even that moisturizer you forgot to wipe off completely. Hard wax is completely different because it only bonds to the hair shaft, not your delicate facial skin. When you use strip wax on your face, you're essentially ripping off a layer of skin cells along with the hair. That's why you see that shiny, irritated look afterward that screams, "I just got waxed." Hard wax hardens around the hair follicle and shrinks slightly as it cools, creating a grip that pulls the hair out cleanly without traumatizing your skin. Think of it like a custom-fitted glove for each individual hair. The control factor is huge too. With strips, once you lay that fabric down, you're committed to whatever shape and coverage you got. Made a mistake? Too bad, you're stuck with it. Hard wax gives you the freedom to apply exactly where you want it, as thick or thin as needed. And you can even remove small sections at a time if you're working around tricky areas like your nostrils or the corners of your lips. Here's something most people don't consider: the temperature difference. Strip wax needs to be hot enough to stay liquid when you spread it, which means it's often uncomfortably warm on sensitive facial skin. Hard wax works at a lower temperature because it doesn't need to stay liquid for long. You apply it, it hardens, and you remove it. Less heat means less chance of burns or heat damage to your skin. The mess factor alone should convince you. Strip wax gets everywhere, on your clothes, your bathroom counter, stuck in your hair where you didn't want it. Hard wax stays exactly where you put it. When you remove it, it comes off in clean pieces that you can just toss in the trash. No sticky residue, no wax-covered strips to deal with. Cost-wise, hard wax might seem more expensive up front, but you're not buying strips constantly. One container of quality hard wax can last months of regular facial maintenance. Plus, you're not wasting product when you mess up the application because you can reheat and reuse hard wax that hasn't touched skin. The biggest game changer is how your skin feels afterward. Strip wax leaves you red, irritated, and sometimes even with small tears, or lifting where the adhesive was too aggressive. Hard wax removes hair so cleanly that many people can apply makeup within hours instead of waiting days for the irritation to calm down. Your skin stays intact, just hair-free and smooth. Professional estheticians are making this switch because client satisfaction goes through the roof. When your facial waxing experience goes from painful and messy to quick and comfortable, you're more likely to maintain regular appointments and try additional services. Step-by-step application. Now that you understand why hard wax is superior, let's walk through the actual process so you can do this safely at home. The key to success starts before you even heat up your wax. Preparation determines whether you'll have a smooth experience or end up with a disaster. Start by cleansing your face with a gentle cleanser to remove any makeup, oils, or moisturizers. These create barriers that prevent wax from gripping hair properly. Pat your skin completely dry, then apply a thin layer of pre-wax oil only to areas with thicker hair like sideburns or chin. This creates a protective barrier between your skin and the wax without interfering with hair removal. Temperature testing is crucial, and most beginners skip this step. Heat your hard wax until it has a honey-like consistency, thick enough to stay put, but fluid enough to spread easily. Test a small amount on your wrist first. It should feel warm, but not hot enough to cause discomfort. If it's too thick, it won't spread properly. Too thin, and it won't grip the hair effectively. Application technique makes or breaks your results. Using a wooden applicator stick, apply the wax in the direction of hair growth, never against it. This is opposite from removal, but critical for proper application. Start with a small area like your upper lip to build confidence. Apply the wax about a 1/4 inch thick, thin enough to harden properly, but thick enough to grip hair and create a sturdy edge for removal. Create a lip or edge at the end of your wax application by making the wax slightly thicker at one end. This gives you something to grip when it's time for removal. The wax should extend slightly beyond where the hair ends, so you have clean edges to work with. Allow the wax to cool and harden for about 30 to 60 seconds, depending on thickness and room temperature. Here's where most people panic: the removal. Hold your skin taut with your non-dominant hand, stretching it in the opposite direction from where you'll be pulling. Grip the thick edge of hardened wax with your thumb and index finger, getting a solid hold. The removal motion should be quick and parallel to your skin surface, not upward. Pull in one swift motion against the direction of hair growth. Immediately after removal, press your palm firmly against the waxed area for 10 to 15 seconds. This pressure helps calm nerve endings and reduces the stinging sensation. Don't rub or massage, just firm, steady pressure. If wax breaks during removal, don't panic. Apply a small amount of fresh warm wax over the remaining pieces and remove everything together. Never try to pick off broken pieces with your fingernails, as this can damage your skin. Work systematically across your face, completing one small section before moving to the next. This prevents the wax from getting too hard while you're working and ensures even coverage. Areas like cheeks and forehead can be done in larger sections, while delicate spots around lips and nostrils require smaller, more precise applications. The entire face typically takes 15 to 20 minutes once you develop a rhythm, making this much faster than tweezing or multiple strip wax applications. Drop a comment below and tell me which facial area you're most nervous about waxing at home. Management and protection. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, pulling hair out of your face is going to cause some discomfort, but there are proven ways to minimize pain and protect your skin from irritation. The difference between a tolerable experience and a painful one often comes down to timing and technique. Your pain tolerance fluctuates throughout the day and month. Schedule your waxing session for late afternoon or early evening when your pain threshold is naturally higher. Avoid waxing during the week before your menstrual cycle when sensitivity peaks. Taking an over-the-counter pain reliever 30 minutes before you start can take the edge off without interfering with the process. Skin preparation goes beyond just cleansing. Apply a warm, damp washcloth to your face for 2 minutes before starting. This opens your pores and softens the hair follicles, making removal easier and less painful. Some people swear by applying a thin layer of numbing cream 20 minutes before waxing. But test this on a small area first, since some numbing agents can interfere with wax adhesion. The holding technique during removal makes a massive difference in pain levels. Use your non-dominant hand to stretch the skin taut in the opposite direction from your pull. This isn't just holding the skin, you're creating countertension that reduces the tugging sensation on surrounding tissue. Think of it like holding a piece of fabric tight while cutting it versus trying to cut loose, wrinkled material. Speed matters more than force. A quick, confident pull causes less pain than a slow, hesitant one. Hesitation allows your brain time to anticipate and amplify the sensation. Count to 3 in your head, take a breath, and pull decisively. The anticipation is usually worse than the actual removal. Immediately after each removal, apply firm pressure with your palm for 15 seconds. This pressure technique works by overwhelming nerve signals and providing immediate relief. Don't rub or massage, just steady, firm pressure directly over the waxed area. Watch for signs that you should stop. Skin lifting appears as shiny, translucent areas where the top layer of skin has been removed. If you see this, stop immediately and apply a cold compress. Excessive redness that doesn't fade within 10 minutes. Bleeding or severe swelling are all signals to end your session and consult a professional. Post-wax care prevents long-term irritation and ingrown hairs. Apply a cold compress for 10 minutes after completing each area. Use products specifically designed for post-wax care containing ingredients like aloe vera or azulene, which calm inflammation naturally. Avoid makeup for at least 4 hours and skip active skincare ingredients like retinoids, acids, or exfoliants for 48 hours. Recognize when DIY isn't the right choice. If you have extremely sensitive skin, are taking certain medications like blood thinners or retinoids, or have active breakouts in the area you want to wax, see a professional instead. Some skin conditions make at-home waxing risky, and there's no shame in getting professional help. Your first attempt will likely be your most uncomfortable simply because you're learning. Each subsequent session becomes easier as your technique improves and your skin adapts to the process. Most people find that by their third or fourth session, the discomfort becomes very manageable and the results make it worthwhile. Hard wax transforms full-face hair removal from a dreaded chore into something you can actually master at home. Remember to always do a patch test 24 hours before your first session to check for any reactions. With practice, you'll wonder why you ever struggled with messy strips and irritated skin.
If you found value in this video, you're gonna love this next one.